Let go of the idea of perfection. We will not get everything right in our lives. And sometimes when we're trying to elevate, it's not our actions, but our reaction to the situation that we're in, which will determine whether or not we move forward. What I mean by that, we're often put in test, as I've mentioned before, when it comes to elevation, right? But a lot of times it's simply our reaction to the situation we've been placed in. Will you move forward regardless of the hiccups? Will you move forward even though you don't have all the resources? It's about having that faith and knowing that God will supply all your needs. It's having that faith and knowing that even though I may not have everything right now, even though I may not know everything I need to know right now, those things will be supplied to me. Yes, you do apply yourself. Yes, you do push yourself. And yes, of course, you do everything you need to do to get to the top, which just means you're pushing, like you're studying, your research, you know everything you need to do, but understand it's a growing process. Understand that you're not in it alone. There's a reason why some of the things we try to do, we don't succeed at. It's because our route and our idea of perfection, our idea of trying to get things right, isn't always right. We have to understand timing with things as well. It's very important to pace yourself. It's very important to be in alignment and have that understanding of where you're supposed to be positioned in your season. In this season, God is not looking for a perfect person to do his work. He's looking for a willing soul. He's looking for an able soul. He's looking for somebody who is willing to serve him. He's looking for someone to be vulnerable. Be vulnerable in this season. Acknowledge that you're not perfect. Acknowledge that you need him to get you through this. That's what God is looking for, because quite often people who think that they have everything together, people who think they are so perfect with everything, feel as though they have it all together, all alone. They're not going with God's will, but they're mainly going with their own idea of what they believe is right for them. And that's sometimes why we're stuck and become stagnant in our process. It's like, wait, I thought I had everything together and here I am now. It's because your way and your will wasn't aligned with God. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not even a seasonal thing when it comes to God using people who don't have it all together. God always uses people who don't have it all together. But what I will tell you is in this season, God's looking for a vulnerable servant. That's what God is seeking. God is seeking someone who is able to be vulnerable. God is seeking someone who is able to give an emotional response to his will and work. When I say an emotional response, be very careful of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is back to vulnerability. Someone who is willing to take their pride out and take themselves out of it. He's looking for someone to get down on their knees and plead to him, knowing that they don't have it together. He's looking for somebody who is willing to admit their shortcomings and faults and saying, God, I need you. That's the type of emotion God is seeking. Someone who wants to be real about who they are and be real about their walk.